50 Cent, yeah, formerly Kanye West,
Right.
and Cardi B.
Big names.
Big names, all three of them, and it all started with some online activity.
Yeah.
So we're looking at posts from like X, Instagram, all the usual suspects.
Of course.
And even this like really interesting Billboard interview that 50 Cent did
Oh, wow.
earlier this year.
Okay.
So we're really trying to dig into this whole thing
Yeah.
and understand like what is the relationship between these three artists,
Interesting.
especially with all this stuff that's been going on with Ye and like his public statements and everything.
Yeah, you know what really jumps out at you right away
What is it?
is this whole like unexpected kind of like a peace offering, I guess you could say.
Okay.
From Ye to 50 Cent.
Okay.
So Ye goes on X
Yeah.
and calls 50 Cent one of my favorite people.
Oh.
Like
Yeah.
straight up. And he even hints that 50 Cent is going to help him like boost Black economic independence.
Oh, wow. That's,
When you think about all the things that Ye has been saying and doing lately,
yeah.
it's definitely kind of like a head scratcher.
It makes you wonder what's going on there.
Exactly what's behind this sudden, like admiration and praise for 50 Cent.
Yeah. It's not what you would expect.
It's not at all.
So that's what we're going to try to figure out today. Like, what is the motivation behind this?
Right.
Why 50 Cent?
Yeah.
And it doesn't stop there.
What else is there?
We also saw Cardi B jump into the mix.
Really?
She seemed to be responding to some of the things that you were saying
Oh,
about female rap
interesting.
and like where she stands,
Yeah.
So it's like we're getting a glimpse into how all these big names are reacting to each other.
It's like a whole soap opera
It kind of is.
playing out online.
You throw something out there and then everybody's like reacting to it.
And it's really important, I think, to remember what's been happening with Ye in the past.
Yeah.
Like all his controversial comments.
Yeah,
That definitely affects how people see him now.
absolutely.
So when he compliments someone
Yeah,
or criticizes them,
right.
people are going to view it through that lens.
It changes everything.
Exactly. And especially how 50 Cent is reacting to all this.
Okay, so let's talk about that reaction then.
Okay.
Ye puts out this big public praise for 50 Cent.
Yeah. On X.
On X, right? So
Okay.
what does 50 do?
So 50 Cent, he's never been one to hold back.
Nope.
And he goes on Instagram
Okay.
and he reposts what Ye said,
Hmm.
but he adds his own little message.
And what did he say?
He says, "Damn it. Ye, ya dangerous right now. What you say about the kids, man?"
Yeah, dangerous right now. I mean, come on.
That's pretty direct.
Yeah, it's not exactly like a warm, fuzzy response,
No, it's not.
after all that praise that you gave him.
Yeah.
50 Cent is basically like pumping the brakes.
Yeah, he's like, whoa.
Because that's like, hold on a second.
You're a little too hot to handle right now.
It seems like he's worried about all the controversial things that Ye has been saying and doing.
Right. Like he doesn't want to get caught up in all that.
Makes sense.
And when he says what you say about the kids, man,
Yeah.
it adds another layer. Like he's concerned about the broader impact of Ye's words.
Yeah, it's like he's saying, I appreciate the shout out,
Right.
but I need to stay far away from you right now.
It's almost like he's saying thanks, but no thanks.
And it seems like a lot of people online felt the same way, right?
Oh yeah, the fans definitely picked up on that vibe.
Really, what were they saying?
Well, one comment that got a lot of attention
Okay.
was this one that said 50 Cent was the only one Ye hadn't crashed out on.
So they were basically pointing out
Yeah.
that Ye has a habit of like publicly disagreeing with people.
Yeah, like he's always picking fights.
But then someone else said
What was it?
that 50 Cent was probably thinking, leave me out of this. Ye not the time.
So funny, but so true.
Right, like everybody was on the same page.
And I think that really shows you how people see Ye right now.
Yeah.
Like he's radioactive.
Yeah, nobody wants to get too close.
It's risky.
Which makes it even more interesting
What's that?
when you look back at what 50 Cent said about Ye earlier this year.
Oh yeah, in that Billboard interview,
Yeah.
right?
It's kind of a different perspective, isn't it?
It is. It's like a completely different tune almost.
Okay, so tell me, what did he say back then?
So in the Billboard interview, 50 Cent was talking about Ye's resilience
Okay.
and how much he's accomplished, even with all the personal struggles he's been through.
Yeah.
And he specifically mentioned how some of Ye's biggest projects
Yeah.
came out right around the time his mother passed away.
That's heavy.
It is.
So what exactly did he say about that?
He said something really powerful.
What was it?
He said, "I don't think anybody's been through more or have more reasons to fall apart than Kanye."
Wow.
And then he talked about how, Ye was praying for success,
Mhm.
and it came at such a high cost.
So he was saying that the gift was also a curse.
Exactly.
And he said that Ye had every reason to just give up.
To just completely shut down.
Right.
But he didn't. He went to work.
And that's what 50 Cent really admired.
Yeah.
That Ye kept going.
Despite all the pain.
Despite everything.
Absolutely. For me, that really shows how much respect 50 Cent has for Ye's dedication.
Yeah.
Like, he sees that Ye is committed to his art no matter what.
So it's like a totally different vibe
Right.
than his recent reaction online.
Yeah.
Like back then it was admiration, but now it's caution.
It's like Ye's recent behavior has really changed things.
You know, we can't talk about 50 Cent and Ye
What?
without mentioning that like epic 2007 album sales battle.
Oh, man, that was huge.
It was huge.
Like, everybody was talking about it.
It wasn't just about the music.
No, it was a whole cultural moment.
What do you remember about it?
It was that rivalry between them
Yeah.
at the MTV Video Music Awards. And they were even on the cover of Rolling Stone together.
Yeah, it was like the whole world was watching.
The whole music world, for sure.
So remind me who won that battle.
Well, Graduation ended up selling more than Curtis.
By a lot.
Yeah, it was a pretty big difference.
What were the numbers again?
Graduation sold like 957,000 copies in the first week,
Wow.
and Curtis sold 691,000.
Still a lot.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, Kanye was on a whole other level at that point.
Yeah, he was becoming a global superstar.
But what's interesting is that 50 Cent actually looks back on that time pretty fondly.
Really?
Yeah, he doesn't seem bitter at all.
Well, in that Billboard interview,
Yeah.
he talked about how that sales battle was actually the highest sales week for hip-hop culture.
Oh.
Like, they both benefited from it.
Yeah, it pushed them both to do better.
And he said that the fans were so invested.
Yeah.
Some people were even buying multiple copies of each album.
Crazy.
And here's the thing.
What?
He said that they never had any personal issues,
Wow.
despite all the competition.
That's pretty amazing.
It shows that you can have a rivalry
Yeah.
and still respect each other.
And at the end of the day,
Yeah,
they were both contributing to the success of hip hop as a whole.
exactly.
Okay, so we've got respect,
Mm-hmm.
rivalry,
Yeah,
and this whole public perception thing that's really affecting their relationship now.
right.
Okay, so now let's talk about Cardi B.
Okay.
What was going on with her and you?
So this all started with another one of Ye's ex-posts.
Oh boy.
He was talking about female rap.
Okay.
And he basically said that Megan Thee Stallion had replaced Cardi B.
Wow.
And then he asked, where Cardi B gonna be 10 years from now? They used her.
They used her.
I mean, come on.
That's harsh.
It's like he's saying that Cardi B's career is over.
And she's just a pawn in someone else's game.
It's no surprise that she felt the need to respond to that.
Yeah, I wouldn't just sit there and take that either.
So she went on X too.
Okay.
And she clapped back hard.
Tell me everything.
She pointed out that even though she's only released one album in the past 7 years,
Okay.
people are still talking about her.
Mhm.
And they're still asking her about her music.
So she's saying that just because she's not constantly releasing new music doesn't
Yeah.
mean she's not relevant
Exactly.
and that she has a real impact.
Absolutely.
What else did she say?
Well, she also said that she's anointed
Okay.
and that she has a real fan base who she calls the Brim.
So she's basically saying,
Yeah.
I'm here to stay.
Exactly. She's not going anywhere.
I love that.
And she contrasted that
Yeah.
with other artists who might be popular now but won't last.
She's like the real deal.
She's emphasizing that she has a genuine connection with her fans.
And that's what matters.
Exactly.
So basically, Cardi B is shutting down Ye's assessment.
Completely.
She's saying my career is far from over.
And that she's in control of her own narrative.
You go, girl.
It's really empowering.
And all this is happening
Yeah.
while Ye's releasing new music.
That's right. He put out a new album.
Oh, yeah. What was it called?
It's called Bully.
Okay.
And it came out with a short film starring his son, Saint.
Wow.
So yeah, he's still working.
So it's like all this drama is going on, but
Yeah.
he's just continuing to make music.
Like nothing's happening.
So we've got these three huge names.
Yeah.
Ye reaching out to 50 Cent,
Mm-hmm.
and then 50 Cent being like,
Whoa.
stay away from me.
And then Cardi B defending her career.
And through it all,
Yeah.
just making music.
It's fascinating.
It really is.
It really shows you how complicated the music industry can be.
Especially for these big artists.
Like there's respect,
Yeah.
rivalry,
Yeah,
public
yeah.
perception.
And it all affects their relationship.
But like 50 Cent clearly has a lot of respect for Ye's talent.
Yeah.
But he's not okay with some of the things he's been saying and doing.
Right.
And then you look back at their history
Yeah.
with that album sales battle.
That was so intense.
It was.
But they both came out on top in a way.
And they both helped to elevate hip-hop.
Exactly.
And then Cardi B.
She's a force.
She is.
She's not going to let anyone tell her what her career's worth.
And she has the fans to back her up.
So it really makes you think.
About what?
About how these public interactions work.
Yeah.
Like, what do they really tell us?
About their relationship.
Yeah, and about how the public perceives them.
Right.
And what about Ye's legacy?
How will all this controversy affect how people remember him?
It's a lot to think about.
It is.
Thanks for joining us on the deep dive.
See you next time.
Bye.